The atmosphere at Gil Gerard's funeral was heavy with silence, the kind that speaks louder than words. Friends, family, and longtime fans gathered not just to mourn a television icon, but to honor a man whose life left a lasting imprint on everyone who truly knew him. Known to the world for his unforgettable role as Buck Rogers, Gil Gerard was more than a star. He was a dreamer, a survivor, and a deeply human soul behind the fame. As soft music echoed through the hall, memories of his career, his struggles, and his triumphs seemed to fill every corner of the room. Throughout the service, speakers reflected on Gil's rise to fame in the late 1970s, when Buck Rogers in the 25th century turned him into a household name overnight. He embodied hope, charm, and courage at a time when audiences needed escapism and wonder. Yet behind the bright lights and applause was a man who faced personal battles away from the cameras. Those closest to him spoke about his resilience, his kindness, and his unwavering sense of humor, even during the hardest chapters of his life. The most powerful moment of the ceremony came when Gil Gerard's ex-wife, Connie Sellecca, stepped forward to deliver her tribute. The room grew still. Many were surprised to see her there, but what followed reminded everyone that love does not always disappear just because relationships change. Connie's voice trembled at first, but soon grew steady as she spoke from the heart, not as a former spouse, but as someone who truly knew Gil beyond the public persona. She spoke about their shared journey, the early days of ambition, the excitement of success, and the quiet moments that the world never saw. Connie described Gil as a man who loved deeply, cared fiercely, and carried both light and darkness within him. She acknowledged their separation with honesty, but made it clear that respect and affection never faded. Her words painted a picture of a man who was imperfect, yet endlessly genuine. At one point, Connie paused, visibly emotional, before saying that Gil never stopped believing in second chances, for his career, for his health, and for the people he loved. That single line brought many in the audience to tears. It was not a dramatic speech, but a raw and graceful reflection filled with compassion, forgiveness, and gratitude for the time they shared. As her tribute concluded, the room erupted in a standing ovation, not out of spectacle, but out of shared emotion. It was a moment of unity, where past and present, fame and humanity, all blended together. Friends later shared that Gil would have been deeply moved to know Connie honored him in such a meaningful way, reminding everyone that connections formed through love never truly disappear. The funeral closed with a final farewell, as images from Gil Gerard's life played softly on a screen. From his iconic television moments to candid photos that captured his quiet smile. It was a reminder that while legends may fade from the spotlight, their impact lives on through the stories they leave behind and the hearts they touch. Gil Gerard's legacy will forever be tied to science fiction history, but his true legacy lies in the lives he influenced, on screen and off. And thanks to Connie Selecca's stunning tribute, the world was given one last beautiful glimpse into the man behind the legend. Rest in peace, Gil Gerard. You will never be forgotten.